Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserredux as New England, specifically Lovecraft's New England. So we are about to get rid of the Christian resistance, which is going to give us a big stability boost. Because this is such a bad modifier. I mean, the socialist and the social democratic support doesn't matter too much. Also, the 0.5 political power gain is also pretty good. Like, what are we getting right now? Even with actually the 0.5 and the New England Civil War, it's actually still going pretty well, all things considered. Once we get to New Gods, we are going to probably try to secure New England. Let's see. Political power gain plus 0.05. You're kind of meh. I mean, you're pretty good. War support goes up. Stability goes up a lot. The damage to garrisons actually does matter a lot more than you think. Why are we at war with Puerto Rico? I don't know. I do not know. But I'm not going to worry about it too much. Because I'm not going to help them, obviously. Like, I'm hoping, like, Into the Shadows, Purge the Impure. New England Heritage is a 10% stability boost. The King in Yellow. War support goes up by plus 25. We're going to be like 100% stability, 100% war support by the time this is all over. Which is nice. Let's actually go for the Excavation 1. It's going to give us, I think, like 4 more steel. Which, while not being a ton of steel, it's still a decent improvement, I would say. Okay, peace conference over. Which war has ended? Puerto Rico. Although West Indies Federation, they have gone syndicalist. So are we going to go to war with them? Maybe. But there we go. We got our large stability boost. Now, we're going to deal with Curly's IRA. We're going to secure New England. Should only take like 70 days as well, which is not too bad for a focus here. It would also allow us to get more claims, because I think all this stuff is Belgrade Pact has attacked Bulgaria. I do like these little pop-ups here. And I kind of wish that the base Kaiserreich game had them as well. I'm not too sure how many exist. I think I saw like maybe 2 of them before, well, setting up for this series. I think there's one for the American Civil War, obviously. I think there's also one for Black Monday. Either way, I think they're cool little additions, and I would like to actually see them in the base game as well. We're at 60% party popularity, which I think is a pretty. It's a political power boost, isn't it? I believe so. Yeah, it's a 0.6 for party popularity, which is lovely. I'm missing a little bit of aluminum. I'm assuming that's for the support equipment. Because right now you'll be done in 111 days. You're done in 83 days. So you're getting better here. Let's train like 1. Now, let's train like 4 of these guys up. I think that's going to be okay. Put 1 more into rifles. After that, let's make like a tiny, like our military is not going to be very big. So why not make a, just a small air force? I'm sure the CSA, I'm sure the United States, I'm sure all of those factions have much bigger air forces than we do. But if we start now, we can probably, hopefully, get the ball rolling a little bit. And I'm hoping by the time, again, I'm not too sure how exactly this is all going to work. I'm just hoping by the time we finish this entire, like, tree, we're just going to get, something insane at the end of it. Maybe we'll just have Cthulhu rise up from the ashes and, helps us win the American Civil War. Who knows? It'd be really interesting if that did. King Edward's address. Yeah, 2.5 war support. That's fine. I don't think the war support really affects us too much. It is attack and defense of core territory, which is okay, because you're not core colony states right now. And we don't get cores on anything else. We do get some cores with you on Pennsylvania, New York City, New Jersey, and some of the territory in Canada. The rise of Cosmicism. Bunching together, a group of people deliberately chosen for strong religious feelings and have a practical guarantee of dark morbidities expressed in crime, perversion, and insanity. While we have shattered the old vestiges of religion and the cults within New England, you've created a dark cultural vacuum that has given birth to a new religion. Where once stood the old mosaic halls and church cities, now followers of Providence have established their own groups that aim to study and codify cosmicism. Lovecraft's principal philosophy. Rather than the naive platitudes of the old order, cosmicism states that there will be no recognizable divine presence such as a god in the universe, and that humans are particularly insignificant in the larger scheme of the intergalactic existence. There is no higher purpose, nor grand notions of what we could conventionally call good or evil. There's only an infinite futility of existence, a fragile and delicate flash in a pan of dark and uncaring universe, barely registered by the cosmic gods that will dwell beyond our perception and shape our reality through hypergeometry. What the hell's What's hypergeometry? To a student of cosmism, these things are not simply fantasy, but statistically inevitability, given the infinite and terrifying scale of the universe. Curiouser and curiouser. I did see Cult of Providence. One of the things here. Actually, it just says we need Delta Green. So actually, never mind. It might have actually only showed up before I actually became Lovecraft. So never mind. Before I said I needed Lovecraft as the leader, which I thought maybe meant that he could be removed or died. But it seems like we're actually fine. But I do need to secure New England. Finish off this little civil war. The federal government has collapsed. The worst possible situation we could find ourselves is there's a united America and we have to somehow fight them. Because I have no idea how you'd get that done. The Rise of Cosmism, Part 2, the sequel. Some groups have taken to forming cults in honor of higher forces and carrying out their will on Earth in the hopes of granting humanity greater status in the eyes of these outer gods. Others, however, have learned to rage against their miserable reality. If there is no loving God defending humanity from the alien horrors beyond space and time, then there is at least one man that stands against the force of chaos on Earth and gives humanity meaning. Providence, the Godhead, shall stand as a symbol against the forces that threaten civilization and mankind. With more and more practitioners joining each side with every passing day, it is unclear which group will dominate the cosmic schism. Providence protects us, which is, I'm guessing, kind of Providence, the Godhead. Or, you know what? The true gods. They're out there. The true gods are out there, and they're going to come, and they're going to help me reclaim America. God damn it. It is an inevitability. Cthulhu, if you're listening, I need you to blow up New York City. Please, I'm begging you. I'm glad that the AI has thrown so many troops on this border. It really doesn't seem like it makes much sense for them to be here, but we'll see how that goes. We are at war. I know the CSA thing has changed. What is new here? Because I know they can. Yeah, they can elect Al Capone, which is like the weirdest thing they can do. I think it actually used to be in Kaiserredux, like the very, very early versions of it. You can be Al Capone. You can also do President Burnham, and they do some other weird nonsense here. Jack the Doberman. As man falls back in his usual routine of killing his neighbors, the animal world is not spared from the violence either. A happy story, however, emerged from the Connecticut, where a young Doberman, ironically enough named Jack, was unable to stop militia agents from blowing a bomb up in Hartford. The dog was trained in cooperation with the Connecticut National Guard when his patrol spotted agents who promptly tried to escape from capture. With the courage of a true American, the little dog immediately ran after them and pulled one of the two men down, leading to his capture. This man later turned out to be none other than Paul Rashford, the target long sought after by the Hartford Police Department for his implication in the riots only a few months earlier, and would seem to establish a whole network of operatives in Connecticut. Wilson's capture by no means marks the end of the socialist threat in the state. Jack has dealt a heavy blow to the leadership. Express our thanks to this good boy. Where is Connecticut? Your Connecticut. Okay. So thankfully, thank you, Mr. Doberman. Like Jack Reed, like he's not dead, is he? I don't think so. I'm not too sure. The tribes break free from the Germans. Like, okay, so Middle Africa has collapsed. Didn't they just say that they were trying to free them? Or they were doing the, I don't know, actually. I thought they were going down the social conservative route, but maybe not. Either way, they have broken apart into a million tiny factions. It does weaken the Reichspakt, and I don't think the Reichspakt matters too much. I mean, for what we're doing, of course, we want to make the Entente as strong as possible. How are the Carlists doing, by the way? they could be doing better. CNT actually looks like they might, not that they're going to win, but they're doing better than normal. I actually haven't seen the CNT win in forever. I feel like they used to win a lot. Now they've kind of slunk into a position where they don't really have much strength at all. I don't think we need war propaganda. At 86% war support, like, we're going to be getting a ton of war support boost later on. And I'm assuming you're going to cost us a lot of political power to do this. Once you're done, we can nationalize the electric boat, which is going to give us 2 naval dockyards. We get nuclear technology, which is fine, I'm sure. I think just Delta Green is extremely good. Eldritch Signs or Mentals, Lovecraft Stories meant to bring good luck. Who say that good luck can't be translated? I'm trying to wonder if these actually give you events. See, I mean, we're going to get Eldritch Signs at some point. By the way, can we do anything here? We don't have a democratic government. We could deploy the Wasp. We also like the Infrastructure Act, the Minutemen. Like, there's stuff over here we can do, but that's also boring. So why would we do the boring stuff first when we can, you know, let's just say, absorb the cults? Popularity goes up a little bit. 5,000 manpower. The manpower is fine. The Vermont. Oh, you only cost guns. If that's it, drop you down to 1. It's going to cost us a lot of guns, but we're making 20 a day, so it's 20, 10 days, 20, so about a month per state. So it's going to take us, well, like half a year, roughly, to get this done. We can go up to war economy, but I think right now we're going to, yeah, no, we're going to go to war economy. If we're able to do it, why not? And I don't think you're ready to demobilize, as long as our war support doesn't, like, our war support's actually taking a debuff because we are actually in, technically, an offensive war against southern India, even though we're not sending any troops over there, ever. Okay, so you guys are at war with each other. You have a bunch of traits, actually, so we're going to go for our defensive doctrine on you, followed by capture ratio. Bonus attacks on forts seems actually pretty good. What do you have? You have Guerrilla Fighter, which is better entrenchment speed. You know what? We'll take it. I think that is completely okay. So, invitation to the IDC. We'll join for 25. We'll make a small little investment, but not too much. Okay, so you guys are now at war with the Ottoman Empire. You do have Tripolitania on your side. The Ottomans under siege in the Middle East. The war in the desert. IDC advisors, of course we want them. The factory output, please. You're very loud. I appreciate it, but you're also very loud. Probably get the economic advisors going so we get a little bit more factory output, because we are going to need guns. Canada, unfortunately, will not give me guns, even though I really wish they would. 10 steel. 10 steel's a decent amount. Also, don't repair stuff. Just build you. Because you're repairing at 1% daily. Yeah, so there's no reason for me to even put factories there. It's just wasting my time. But actually, rebuilding Connecticut first, because that has taken, I think, a little bit of infrastructure damage. So you're not getting as big of a boost as you would otherwise. So put you guys here. I have noticed that the border with the CSA is kind of barren. And it would be nice for me just... like, it'd be nice to invade, but I don't really think we have the troops at the moment to make that work. So it'd be nice, you know, take Pennsylvania, take New Jersey, take New York City. And maybe some of these other territories up as well. Partly commune. Okay, so that's just more people in India declaring war on us. It's fine. It should give us a 30% boost in war support, because we'll be actually fighting a defensive war here. But we'll see how this goes. Hopefully okay. Jabal Shamar actually won the war here. I'm a little bit surprised by. But seeing as we just finished up our Iranian campaign, we'll see how you guys can actually pull off here. Hopefully you'll be okay. Hopefully. Fingers crossed on that one. Okay, so we're going to absorb the cult, getting us a little bit more manpower. And I guess we're just going to go for War Society. I mean, each level costs 100. So it's not like getting limited and then getting extensive actually saves us any political power. Yeah, so, you know, let's get War Society. Because I want to see what the Dawn of the Drawn Daggers is. It sounds very much like, what are you? Your volunteer brigades? I appreciate it. That means we can actually probably go up to here afterwards. But I imagine it's going to be something similar to the Night of Long Knives. The name is very similar. What are we missing? We're missing... we're actually missing steel now. Why are we making... We're making less steel. 8 steel available. Non-core control... Oh, because we're not... It's not our cores. Okay, fine. We'll trade a little bit with Canada. I don't like that we have to do it, but, you know, what can you do? We'll get you guys into position. Shika Kingdom's already capitulated. You guys are having a bad time, I would say. How many rifles do you have? You have negative 500. How many rifles? Do you have all your rifles? The answer is no. We're actually just going to get rid of you. Because we got our militias up. So with that, we are going to start our military campaign in Vermont. We don't have demilitarized zones in any of these regions anymore just because of the war in India. So it saved us a little bit of time there, which is nice. So, you know, it's almost 1938. Let's get the infantry equipment. 110 days is not too bad. We're missing aluminum. We need aluminum for the planes as well. We do. And because of that, we probably want to import a little bit. I don't know how the Pacific States are considered a neighbor. You know, it's probably like neighbor through Canada in a weird way. That's my best guess, at least. You guys seem like you're doing okay. Austria's getting pretty strong. Germany's doing alright. I do like how even within this extra mod, there's still no focus tree for the Hungarians. They don't get anything. Yeah, so Norway is definitely dead. Portugal's joining Entente. They lost Angola, which is kind of sad for them. I mean, I can't tell how the Ottomans are doing. I think they're winning. Of course we want the military factory. I don't see why we would want anything else. We do got one more division assigning you to this front line. And that should be good for you. The leaders declare war. Why did you declare war on the Austrians? Do you have a national... Wait, so Illyria in this mod has a national focus, but Hungary doesn't? Light the Slovenian fire, so I'm guessing that's going to cause rebellion up over here. But, like, how are you going to fight everybody? That doesn't seem very likely. So the Extortic Order of Dagon. Model after the mystical society of the same name, founded by Captain Obed Marsh in Providence Prophetic Tone. Shadow over Innsmouth. The Ascetic Order of Dagon seeks to better understand esoteric cosmicism, principles through the lens of occult societies present in Lovecraft's work. Where providences have been set the coming age of motion, he is not the be-all and all of the world. By employing chaos magic to invoke the power of Lovecraft's creations, we can tap into the collective zeitgeist of war-torn New England to bring his imagined outer gods to this world. Knowingly or unknowingly, the written works and political actions of Providence have already stoked the fears and anxieties of people in New England. Willem Reich, the group's leader, believes this terror can be distilled into a powerful spiritual essence known as the Orgon energy capable of reshaping reality, whereas other magicians such as Aleister Crowley have routinely failed to bring up the age of Aquarius due to the base sexual ritual. Reich believes that he can succeed in employing the terror invoked in Providence's work to bring the collective society through of Lovecraft's outer gods into our reality. Only time will tell if Reich's Order of Dagon can succeed in their goals or if they prove to just be another deranged doomsday cult. And then the Cthulhu thing that you're not supposed to be able to pronounce. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I can't even pronounce most of the words anyway, so what am I going to do? But I still think this would be a great time to invade the CSA. I don't think the Canadians are going to do it while they're at war in India. So I think the best we can actually hope for... Slovenia is declared war on the Austrian Empire. That's fine. I think the best we can actually hope for is just the Bharatiya Commune killing Delhi for us. And who is... Slovenia's declared independence. Hungary has actually stayed independent, or stayed neutral in this, surprisingly enough. So we'll do with Lovecraft's New Order. It's going to be 35 days. We do have some tanks. Oh, fantastic. What even are you? A4 Alliance. I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate the units. For sure. It does mean I need to probably at least have light tanks in production a little bit. I mean, we don't have that much oil. But, I mean, having any amount of tanks is significantly better than I thought we would have been at this point. And when... Do I know when you're done your, No, our intel is too low, so we actually can't tell exactly what they're doing. What if Illyria and Slovenia just kill Austria? It's possible. We'll see if they can get that done. It'd be funny if they did. New technology research is 938, so you know what? Let's get this military tech here up and running. No division basic training. Well, I need the guns to do... Let's go to New Hampshire. This does take 30 days. Japan declared war on the Philippines. That is okay by us. Not a big deal. The 5th Zili-Fenian War. The battle has begun. You're activating the War Army College. You are not doing anything at the moment. You call Portugal into the war. I mean... Like, if they ask me to be annexed... I mean, I just don't want to be a puppet state of... I don't actually think we need to go up to extensive. We'll save up so we can get actually some military staff or something like that. Again, I know we're not training any troops. Don't worry about it right now. I don't think it's a big deal. But I do think it's going to be a good time for this to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching my Answer. If you've enjoyed, run a thumbs up. Now do a thumbs down. Want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.